Yeah, we are back, man. We got so many games to talk about. We talking about Michigan versus Penn State, Kansas, Texas Tech, Mizzou, Tennessee. We talking Temple? We talking James Madison? Man, we got some money to make. Stay locked in with your boys. You know what time it is.
Showtime!
We don't. Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Money Pot Betting Show, Money Pot Podcast.
Money
I am the
pot.
host. I'm the CEO. I'm the president. They call me Moss Money because I gets money. That's why they call me that. I got my guy with me, the homie. They call him Diddy. What's up, boy?
Yo, man, just another day. Hopefully we can get this dollar, man. Been a rough couple weeks, man. So we gotta get this steer this ship back on course, you know?
Yeah, I know, man. It's like a mouse in a mousetrap, you know?
No pun intended. How about that?
No pun intended. No pun intended, man. But as always, thank you everybody who is clicking, watching. Make sure you guys stay locked in because we got these big bets, these big plays coming up. Like I said, the biggest game, maybe you think it's the biggest game of the year, Michigan, Penn State? Is this the biggest game of the year?
Biggest game, I don't know about that, but
Top
biggest game for both
five?
teams for sure.
Top
Top
five,
five.
maybe?
Top five.
Top
Top five.
five? Okay,
Top
top five. Top five. So we're definitely going to get into that because I know everybody wants to talk about that. Like I said, JMU, North Texas, Missouri, Arizona, all those games are on the slate. So shit, might fuck around and just put them on the parlay and get this bag real quick. I got a couple bills. Taxman came and got me. He said, "You still owe some taxes," and I'm like, "Fuck." Christmas
You ain't,
coming around.
you ain't the only one,
Shit.
bro.
I need to get this bag. But as always, to keep us accountable for the picks and for the plays. Actually, hold up, no Sharp this week. He will be back for NFL, so make sure if you guys are looking for some of the Sharp plays, see Sharp plays. He will be back for NFL. Got to hit that subscribe. Got to hit that notification button. You'll see the little graphic below. Hit it, click it. We're still going. The road to 1K is here. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I think we got 50 subs. I think we had 950, so 50 more subs. It's been a grind all season, so let's get it. Let's talk about a real quick recap here, as always. Keep us accountable on the numbers, on the picks. Let me bring this up here. Uh, I gotta go with the look that we've been fucking with all week, all year. Let me zoom in just a little bit, get a little close. You know what I mean? Come on in, get a little close. Check out the numbers. So for me, myself, always lead with the head dog. I had a couple bets here, had five little hit or miss, right? I was on, then I was off. I thought I went crazy on the official play was Duke
Mhm.
Wake under, but once I heard that was it Riley? Riley was
Mhm.
out. I put a couple other separate plays in, and boy, did that get smacked me in the face. But the official play was the under for 2 units. That lost. Came back, found these little gems. Colorado State, that kid the quarterback who can really throw the ball, kept that game close for a little bit in the first half. So that smacked. Rutgers got a late touchdown in the third quarter. Rutgers was leading that game against Ohio State for a while. So that loss. Loved Missouri. Should have went heavier on Missouri with the plus 15. My teaser got beat up because LSU got smoked by Bama. And then my three-team teaser, Texas, Utah, Missouri, all cash easily for a nice 2 unit play. So kind of even day. I was actually down when you look at the numbers because of the juice. So I was down by minus zero point 0.4, lost $40. But we still up, man. 16 units on the year, all based off a $100 bet. 55. Oh, look at that number. I like that number. 55.77% on the number. So we still doing okay in college. Still doing okay in college. Not doing too bad. So um let's go to you, homie. Diddy.
That's
So
it.
your straight bets got beat up but you fought back with your teasers. I call you the teaser god for a reason because that's what you smoke them with. But Notre Dame lost, outright. Nebraska lost outright. The shocker with Air Force getting smoked by Army, and then FSU just didn't score enough in that game. I forget who they played, but they just didn't score enough in that game. But like I said, all the teasers went 3-1 in your teasers, which was a good look. So you kind of fought back from a tough afternoon in the beginning. But if we go back up, still up though. You know what I mean? 57%, still up 10 units. So can't be mad at that. Still hitting that investment number on your ROI. They say if you leave money in the stock market, was it average? Was it 10 or 20? I think it's 20%, right? Or 15.
You
I
know better
forget
than
what it
me.
is. I forget what they say that your average return on the stock market is. But hey, the point is showing you that we can do it as a side hustle. This ain't like main money, but as a side hustle, if you do it right, you follow the picks, what I mean, you can make some bread, and we're showing that right now. Now, unfortunately for Sharp, Sharp took a beating. Um, he he's the only one who pushes. Ain't nobody got to push but
Mm.
him. He pushed on the Wake Duke under, but then got smoked against Ohio State and Rutgers, Texas and Kansas State, Nebraska. He filed on. Navy got smoked. Navy versus Temple under. And it's some of these are because of the. I would say some of these are because
Injury
of
report.
injury report. Yeah, which he has talked about before, which is tough in
Yeah,
college.
especially that
So
Navy tempo was rough because
EJ, yeah, because EJ
EJ
Warner
Warner was not supposed to play, and he
to
pops up
play.
on the
Yeah, and
field.
he came back. Yep. And then his teasers he went even with. So W there. Let me put two there. That's mess with his numbers. So like Sharp kind of said already, he was kind of moving away from college, and that's it's a smart decision, right? Because once you start leaking and you're just not seeing it right, well, there's two ways you can kind of pull back and change your betting size, which I don't think Sharp does. Right? He's going to stay, with his sizing and how he bets, or you kind of start to really just move away from it because you're leaking and you go to the other side where Sharp is killing the NFL. But across the number between us, we're still up 10 units. Sharp kind of evens my number out, right? Which is weird. He's minus 16.10 units and I'm up 16.10 units. So that's kind of funny. But we're still up a grand, betting 10 weeks in a row.
Mhm.
So, I mean, numbers don't lie, people do. And, check the record, check the receipts. This is what we do each and week in and week out. But let's get to the bets. Let's get to why we're here. College football. What we at? Week 9?
Week week
10?
10.
I thought it was week 10. What am I
Yep,
doing?
week 10.
Week 10.
Sorry.
Let's hide that. So we got some games today.
Nope.
We got
Yeah.
some
Is it
we
week
got
11?
some is it week 11?
Week
We
11.
fu- we fucking up.
Yeah, listen. Uh, we fucked up.
Don't we know we just been betting all weeks. I think you're right. I think it is week 11 because I think
Yep,
football.
week 11. We don't got
Yeah,
3
week
more weeks
11.
left.
Yeah. All right. And we'll get some bowl stuff going too. So,
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
All right. So, looking at the list of today, I think you got a game coming on here that you like. First best bet of the day, Virginia, Louisville. Louisville's minus 20 and a half. Tell me what you got. What we looking at here?
Yeah, I think we've been smashing on Louisville. Louisville's been our moneymaker so far for the second half of this season, I would say at least. And I'm going to continue to follow that train.
I
UVA,
like
um, last week, I think I was like leaning on them last week. I thought they can kind of keep things close. But once again, I'm going to stay on this Louisville train, especially Louisville at home, who's been dominant. They haven't lost a game at home yet all season. All they only have 2 losses, all on the road. They just hold court. Um, and then Louisville is looking to march into that ACC title game. at the end of the day.
Mm.
So they can't have no slip ups. And I think they're coached well. I think the leadership, the veterans on that team, will be able to hold this team tight when they got a Virginia team that's kind of limping in. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, Virginia's quarterback will be out the ball game this week. He suffered an injury. Let me just confirm that really
Yeah,
quickly.
no, he did. That's what I was looking at it. He did suffer an injury, but I think the kid, the backup, I'm not 100% sure if he's a freshman, but I think he did all right last game. Like
Yeah, I think he has some games he's played under his belt.
yeah, he's got some games that he played because oh damn, they just took the line down. But the quarterback got hurt earlier in the year and he played like 3 or 4 games.
Hmm.
And
Um,
they didn't lose a huge beat. They offensively they were still. That's what kind of scared me off this game was that the dude had played and he's got some experience.
yeah, but like I said, this Louisville team is just hot right now. They're able to do whatever they want on the offensive side of the ball over the past 6 weeks, and defensively they've been tight.
Yeah,
So
they
for
took the game
me,
off the board for some reason. But go ahead.
you're right. Yeah, that can be tricky. Like, mind you, to the fans, this is Wednesday, right? We're
Yeah.
still a couple days away from the actual game, so things can change. Like, for instance, this line being taken off the board for some reason as we're recording. I don't know what's happening.
Hmm.
But this is going to be my take. I'm going to take the Cardinals, who's 5-0 ATS, and ranked 17th in opponent's yards, and 29th in total defense success. So I'm going to take that defense, lean heavy on the defense, and we're going to go first half. I think we can get at -10. I like Louisville to jump out on Virginia early and often. So we're going to take Louisville at the shorter number than the spread full game. And we're going to take the first half and go under -10. I'll take it up to 10.5 if you can get it. Once it gets to
Yeah, the
11,
line.
11.5, I will probably.
Yeah, it was at 11.5 on here before they
Yeah,
took
11 and a
down the
half.
game.
Yeah, 11.5. Once it gets to 11.5, that'll be my peak. So we're looking at
Okay.
a two-score game. 11.5, I love. But I won't go no further than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I had this game circled and then I looked into it in 11.5 and I just kind of got off the game because I don't know. I feel like they might be able to score a little bit. Um, but yeah, good take, good pick. I do like the -10 for sure. Um, so that is Thursday night games. Make sure you guys go ahead and lock that in. Louisville, if you can find the -10 in the books. If not, it's a no bet. All right, so we got Friday nights, man. You know what it is on Friday nights. If we not got to keep the wife or the missus or the girlfriend or the whatever you got off you to watch these games. 9 o'clock game, North
Whatever you
Texas,
got.
whatever you got, bro. Like, it's weird these days, bro.
Then I walked over to him politely.
Tells me to go fuck myself.
What?
Then he called me a faggot. So
What?
I
Threw that cocksucker out.
Come here. You called my friend a faggot? You don't.
Who knows? Yeah,
Um,
man. Who knows? But North Texas versus SMU. SMU is -17. We're gonna have to do this one blind, because they took this game off the board too a little bit here. But I do like. I'm on the other side here. I've been following this North Texas
you have.
game.
Yep.
This North Texas team all year. They fight. They can put up points. And I don't think nothing's really slowed that down with them. Now, this is a little bit different test, out here at SMU. I think this might be the biggest team or the best team they've played. I mean, they played Tulane at Tulane, that Green Wave, which is a tough place to play at. They had Memphis at home, and then they just played UTSA at home as well. Those last 3 teams are good, solid teams, and Tulane's 23rd in the nation. So they're going to travel to SMU against a tough SMU team that can put up points. But I like the North Texas team to keep this game close. I believe SMU's quarterback is going to be out for this game. It's at +17 when we saw it on FanDuel. I mean on DraftKings. I'll see if I can bring up the FanDuel one to see. Oh yeah, it's back up now. There we go. All right, cool. I don't know what that was about. There we go. We'll bring it up. But I like North Texas to keep this game close. I'm thinking about maybe buying the half a point just to get me over the hook. But I'm following the trend of North Texas being able to cover in these big spreads. They've covered all year in these big spreads over double digits. Can they win the game outright with that quarterback being out? I don't know. I think SMU is just a juggernaut of a team. There's no official report that Preston Stone's going to be out from SMU, but I know he was out last game. I think he hurt his foot, and he came out the game against Rice, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, that's somebody else actually. I know he didn't play the whole game against Rice. I know
Yeah,
the
he had a
backup
concussion.
coming.
He had a
He had a
concussion.
concussion. That's what it was. It was a concussion, not the foot. And who knows if he's going to be ready? And this line will shift dramatically, I think, if he doesn't play. But we don't know yet. Kind of really to Sharp's point, these college injury reports, you just don't know. But when I see head injuries in college, I'm going on the side of that he is not going to play in this game. I would sprinkle something on the money line. If I had some information that it's leaning doubtful for him, I would definitely sprinkle some on the money line and the under. I just don't think without their quarterback, I don't think SMU is going to be able to score like that. And I think North Texas is going to smell blood in the water and see if they can sneak out a win. SMU needs to win this game though. What are they? 8-2, 7-2, maybe. I think. Yeah,
7-2.
7-2. Yeah, 7-2. So just like the take you just did for Louisville, SMU is looking at aspirations in the AAC. No, actually, no, Louisville's ACC, right?
Louisville's ACC.
You see, yeah. I'm sorry. SMU in the AAC to get to this bowl game and get to this championship, and they can't have any slip ups. So we'll see. Because if I'm on the other side of the ball playing defensive line, and I know that quarterback got a head injury, we head hunting. We are head hunting. We are heading. Get him out of here. So give me Texas plus 17. I'm gonna look at this plus 17 and a half real quick to see what that number is. But I've been on North Texas all year. Not gonna slow up right now. So give me North Texas plus 17. Mean Green, baby, the Mean Green machine. Let's
Yeah,
go.
they have been playing well. They've had some tough losses
Give me that 17
over
and
the
a half.
past few weeks.
I'll play
I
that.
think you're getting a lot of, like you said, you're getting a lot of points versus SMU team that Preston Stone that may not be out there. If Preston Stone may not be out there, I actually originally had SMU team total over because I thought it would be more of a shootout. But that's on the backs of Preston Stone being available. So that take for me would be off now. I will cross that out until I get more information on Preston
Yep.
Stone. Concussion injuries and still lingering as we're into Tuesday and Wednesday. That's not a good sign. And then notes are saying that they don't know until probably kickoff if he'll be available. So for me, this will be a very last minute play, and if it is available at that time, then I will probably take if he's a go. I will look at SMU team total over, but as of now, I'm gonna go off that play. No play.
Yeah, and if he can't go, I would look at the under here. I mean, the line's going to definitely shift.
Yeah.
As soon as the report comes out. But if you watch this line, if it starts to tick like 66, 65, 64, then that's the tell that he's more likely not going to play. I don't think like for this to go over 67, I don't think SMU without their quarterback can score over 30 something 33 points. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, I like Texas and I'm looking at the money line. If he can play, just to sprinkle a little bit on there, just a little bit, man. We need some holiday money, man. We need some holiday money. All right. So that's Thursday and Friday games. Make sure you guys lock that in. We'll, we got more plays to come. And if you like what you hear, if you like, actually, I'm not even gonna give you the whole spiel. Let's just keep running it up with the games, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to bore you in your ear. Like, let's get to the plays and let's get to the game. Top 5 game of the year. The Michigan Wolverines versus the Penn State Nittany Lions. And Happy Valley. Penn State +4. Michigan is -4. Total is 45. Money line is -185. All the shit that's been going on around Michigan, surrounding Michigan, and
Talk
then
to him.
they gonna go ahead and be the rats themselves. Well, these boys were still talking about us and our plays too. The Ohio States. Who else was it? Ohio State. Was it Rutgers in there? I think the report said Ohio
Mm-hmm.
State. It was 3 teams that they had talked about and reported in their report that they was doing steals, sign stealing. There's so much going on. This could be the last time Michigan is even talked about. I think they even said it. I think Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. had said that these guys should not even be able to contest this year, right? They shouldn't even be able to get into the playoffs.
I said it while I was on campus, right down the block from the big house. I said it with everybody in attendance, and I'll be damned if I'm not going to say it now. The Michigan Wolverines should be banned from the college football playoffs until the investigation is complete.
Yeah.
Which I think the jury is still out on that. And then the ramifications rundown fact is JJ and Harbaugh still even there, and everybody just jumped ship because obviously the ship is sinking. But as of right now, they are still, if not the best team in the nation. And going to Happy Valley with a short line, I think we got a double like here. It's been a while since we had this, but give me Michigan. And that line jumped already. I saw it at 2.5 when I looked at it. It's at now -3.5. I still like the number. It's going to be hard for Penn State to win this game. Michigan is tops across all statistical categories. Michigan also defensively. I just think the matchup defensively against Michigan versus Penn State's offense is just going to be really, really tough. We saw that in the Ohio State game. Now that was at Ohio State, obviously, and Michigan really hasn't played anybody yet. It's the kind of, I guess take here with Michigan, but Penn State ain't nothing special offensively. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They haven't been nothing special offensively to me, at least. And I think Ohio State showed that, right? I think Ohio State, showed that well. It was nothing but field goals for Penn State. And they didn't get a touchdown until 20 seconds left in the game. Game was over at that point. It was 20-6, at the end of the fourth quarter. And it was dominated by Ohio State. And I haven't, Aller kind of grew up a little bit. Drew Aller kind of grew up and he got some experience of what that big game is like. And maybe he got shook. Now being in Happy Valley, that should help him. But you can't do anything if offensively you just don't have any explosive players. Now you have some explosive players in the running back position with Singleton. But I haven't seen that game from him this year. Like that whoa game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not sure why that hasn't been. Is it because he's splitting carries with Allen? But I mean, from the receiver side of the ball, like they don't have anything. And I think Michigan's going to be able to hold these guys pretty much down, just like Ohio State did. Give me Michigan first half -3.5. It's a 2-unit play for me.
Yeah, I love that 2.5. We had just a minute ago before we started the show. That'd have been great.
Yeah, it was at 2.5. I almost feel like the money line is the play. But that's a lot of juice on that money line, man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna
still
wait.
like
I'm
'em,
gonna wait
man.
on this play for hopefully it go back down to 2.5 in the first half.
It
I
ain't
do
going back
love.
down.
Yeah,
Somebody
but I
just put
hope
in a big bet is really
that's
what
what it looks
happened.
like. So hopefully it does. If it gets to 2.5, I'm gonna lock that in. If not, I'm gonna look at first half Michigan team total. Can we take a look at that?
Yeah. First half, Michigan. So what's the -2.5? Oh, there it is. That's not bad. I'm still taking it at -131.
Yeah, I would take the 2.5 for sure.
I'm taking the 2.5.
Because this is what I look at. One is it's tough to is a new game. It's gonna be really rowdy in Penn State. It's tough to play in Happy Valley, regardless who's coming in. Will Penn State be ready for Michigan? I do think they will be. I think they adjusted their calls. I think they'll have some check off. So, just in case whatever the allegations are coming from Michigan and their sign stealing and security issues that they've been having, I think they'll make sure that they have adjustments to what they're going to be able to do. But one thing Penn State has been good all year at doing is they've been good against the run. And
Hmm.
I think that's gonna help them in keeping this game tight. That's why I like the under here. I got them in a teaser for going in the on the underside. I think it'll be a boxy game. What I mean by that, I think it'll be tough to score. So that's why that 2.5 kind of plays a big role. I just can't see it getting too out of control, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Because obviously we're both Penn State guys, and we like to see Penn State success. But I think the way they'll be able to do that is to slow them down against the run, and they're ranked number one against the rush. So that's one thing the defense will be able to do is slow down Michigan's run defense, and then number two, this is Michigan's actually first test of playing any type of team with any type of caliber uh, of
Yep.
of of I guess of any type of good anything, right? It's been a walk in the park for Michigan. So this is their first test. So I will look at the first half team total, and then I will look
At
at
12
the
and a
first
half,
half at 12
12
and
and a
so it's
half,
two touchdowns, right?
12 and a half, and then 9.5 for Penn State.
Yeah.
So it's just the Penn State just offensively. They just like I said, I just like they just don't like. I
They're
mean,
not
if
doing enough
I'm
for you.
Michigan, yeah, if I'm Michigan State, I'm daring you to try to beat me in the pass. Run the ball. So you
Right.
know what I mean, we'll defend that well. But I'm bumping, running, I'm pressing. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm blitzing, I'm moving, Drew Aller off his spot. Like I'm putting pressure on him to beat me. Because in Ohio State, the pressure build it up and you could see it. You
Yeah.
could definitely see it. So
I
um
would I would look at first half. I mean, obviously, we got to wait until closer to Saturday to make this play. So my play would be the 2.5 first half Michigan. If we can get that for
yeah,
sure, that'll be a play for
yeah, I'm
me.
on that boat. Yeah, that's where we
But I
at.
will also be looking at the first half under, and then I have them at teaser for full game total under. Also, I think this game will be tighter, probably more of a 14-10, 14-7 first half, maybe 17-7 first half ish type of game.
I'm thinking like 10-3.
Well, I'll take that too.
You know what I
That's
mean?
gonna
Like
that's gonna storm
3,
on the under.
yeah, like 10-3. I mean, I'm assuming I didn't look at the weather, but I don't think the weather is going there's no weather report on that game.
No.
Let me or no crazy weather report on that game. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's gonna be a cold day. It's gonna be football weather. It's gonna be 40 degrees.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Little ch little chilly.
A little chilly, but I mean Michigan, what I mean? That's up their alley. Penn State up their alley. Yeah, I see Ohio State, Penn State all over again, but I just think it might be a little bit worse. I really do. All right. Good luck to those Penn State fans, though. If you like Penn State.
I mean, it's a big weight. This game is like you said, is it a top 5 game of the year? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because this is a game that can change the dynamic of what the playoffs will be looking like. Michigan can I see them going in there and losing? I could see an upset. This could be an upset.
I
It's
can't.
there. It's there for the
I
taking. Penn
I
State
don't think
bounces
it's there.
back, kinda causes some issues in the Big Ten, kinda evens things out. This is kinda what the college football scene what they really, really want. They really want Penn State to win this game. Um,
Yeah, because it's got all the money's on Michigan.
that's Vegas, but I think they
That's
just wanna
Vegas.
kinda murky
Vegas need
murky the
Penn State
waters
to
a little bit.
cover and win.
And
Is
then
what they
also
need.
it gives the NCAA an option to really kinda hammer down if they wanna hammer down on this investigation. If they lose, they can just now hammer down. If they win, it's like, "All right, we gotta kinda wait and see because it's a moneymaker in Michigan.
For
We want
sure.
them to get to the playoffs." So it's kinda like, "All right, if they lose, I guarantee if Penn State wins, the announcement is gonna be coming out but no later than next Wednesday that Michigan is not eligible for the playoffs, even though they're not gonna be eligible anyway because they lost." So,
Yeah. Give me
we
Michigan, bro.
are Penn State.
Yeah, man. Give me Michigan.
Give you
All right,
Michigan.
let's keep this thing moving, man. We had talked about it a little bit earlier. Actually, no, let me check yours. Do you have any more 12 o'clock games? You
I
do
do.
actually.
I do. Yep.
Is my game up first though? No, your game's up first. I was looking at this game too. You got them Texas Tech's Raiders. Air Raid, man. Candace Jayhawks. Candace is favorite -4.5. For those who've been following Candace, McDaniels has been out damn near the whole season. I know he showed up in the injury report with a back injury. I think he's done. He's going right. He's ready for the pros. But total is 62, money line -185. Tell the people why you like the Jayhawks today, bro.
Yeah, man. Kansas, I like them at home. I think that's number one. I think they play well when they're at home. I think they are motivated playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this Texas Tech team is too inconsistent, especially this season, on how they have played all year round. And even with Daniels being out for Kansas, their backup has come in there and played really good football. And right now they're 7-2, so they're looking at opportunities for the next few weeks to see where that will take them as they possibly look for a Big 12, possibly a Big 12 championship game, definitely a bowl game, potentially a good bowl game coming into the end of the season. I just think this line is short enough for Kansas to kind of really stomp on these guys like they've been doing all season. You look at last week, they played Iowa State. I think they were underdogs against Iowa State. That was such a great move right there. I was able to smash that. They won outright by 7. Beat Oklahoma the week before that. Had a tough one at Stillwater, which seems like everybody's falling in the trap at Stillwater against Oklahoma State.
Yep.
But only lost that by 6. Beat UCF. And then obviously Texas they went to Texas and got embarrassed. But since Texas, they've been kind of staring their shit right with their backup quarterback in there. And then when you look at Texas Tech, you just don't know what you're going to get from them, right? They beat a TCU team last week. That's, okay, right? Who's Texas Tech? I'm Texas Christian. They lost to BYU, who's been struggling all year. Kansas State, they're dominant for the most part for the out of the conference. And then they beat Baylor, Houston, lose to West Virginia. They're just inconsistent. I just think the better team here.
Baylor was a fraud, though. You know what I mean?
Baylor
was a fraud.
Baylor was definitely a
this
fraud.
year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm gonna take the better team here at home on a shorter line here. I like Kansas to win by more than a touchdown. So that 4.5 there is good to me. I'll definitely be taking that Kansas -4. Because I think it'd be too expensive to get it down to 3. If I bought a point, probably be -1.
Well, I was thinking if you like the 4, the 6.5.
I like the 3.
3's probably like -168. Oh, 58. I was close.
Yeah. So
that's a lot
the 4 is there. What's the 6.5?
The 6.5 wasn't bad. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's +107. It's not too bad.
Yeah, give me the 4. I'll take the 4.
Yeah.
This so happens if Texas Tech, and that's the only way they can cover that 4 is if Texas Tech get a last backdoor cover, and that's the only way. I think Kansas controls this game from snap, but Texas Tech could somehow in the backdoor in the third, fourth quarter sneak in there and try to cover. So I like Kansas -4 here at home.
Yeah,
stronger team.
Yeah, I was looking at the total when I was looking at this game, teasing that down. That's what I was looking at. But I do like the play.
I have that also in there too.
Yeah, I feel good about these plays, man. I feel good about this week. I really do. And if you don't know, when I say I feel good about a week, man, we usually smash the plays. Not like Friday night smash, y'all nasty motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But smash. But I hear you though, because if you remember what Shannon said, no, I need me a center.
I need me a center. That boy.
I need me a center. I'm gonna put this Bible right here because Lord, please forgive me what I'm about to do.
Unc is crazy, man.
Unc is funny, man.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
And what's his face just as funny with him? Ocho?
Yeah, he is funny.
Oh, man, he just
what you
funny.
say? They got a good, funny
and then his laugh, though, because he be cracking up. He going Ray Charles with the glasses, and he falling.
Yeah, it's a good podcast.
Yeah,
Good for
they
them.
stupid, man. All right, I got a 12 o'clock, man. We going back to home ground.
Tempo?
Give me Temple,
Oh
baby.
my God.
We're doing it. Give me Temple.
Oh, I didn't.
If
That's a
EJ
surprise for me.
Warner, you don't play, we gonna have problems. I'm basing this off EJ Warner playing. Why? Because I'm basing it off when he plays, Temple can score points. And South Florida is trash. Now you're gonna say, well, Nate, Temple is trash. And I agree. But I think EJ coming back and playing sparked them just a little bit. I like that the total's high. That tells me there's gonna be a lot of scoring, and that tells me that they believe that Temple is going to be able to keep this game close. I think it's a good teaser buster for South Carolina. A lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, well, Temple stinks." South Carolina, South Florida. I'll put South Florida in a
Teaser.
teaser to get them just to win the game. But I really like Temple in this game. Nobody had Temple against Navy last week. And what did they do? They went out and shocked everybody. EJ played. They beat them 32-18 against Navy. Now with South Florida, I got to double check. I thought I saw that. Nah, that's somebody else. But I think this is so it's a big game for South Florida, right? Because they win 5, right? They bowl eligible, right? And I think so that's a lot of obviously motivation to win this game. But looking at these teams stats, South Florida's passing defense is ranked 259th in the nation.
Mm.
And I think that might be out of 258. So give me Temple and E. I'm backing Warner. It's the tape. I'm backing Warner. I think he can keep this game close against a bad team. And the other bad teams that it kind of reminds me of now that's so far back, but like I'm thinking like Tulsa. They can keep this game close even though they got beat up by Tulsa too. But I think if they can win the next two, this is where they can win. If they can win the next two, and maybe sneak into a bowl game, maybe. I mean, they're going to get smoked by Memphis at the end of the year, but this is the last run, right? This is a must win game, and then everything on the line at UAB, and the look ahead. But give me Temple here at +7. Let me see what that 7.5 is. Is that too bad? See, that -130 is really telling to me. You're gonna have to pay to get them over. If it was like -120, 115.
Well, the line is set. The line I think is 6, and it went down to 6.5. It opened at 7.5,
Oh,
so it
really?
dropped. Yeah,
It's been
it
dropped.
opened at
Well, I
7.5
mean,
and it dropped.
if you see that 6.5, what I mean, on another book, what I mean, come to DraftKings and get that thing at 7 because you at least get the push protection, right? So, give me Temple +7. Temple Owls, baby. Let's go, man.
Mm,
Temple,
mm,
do it
mm,
for me
mm.
one time for the home squad.
I hope they do.
Come on, North
I'll be watching
Philly.
from the sidelines.
Come on, North. North Philly, stand up, man. Let's go. Give me Temple. All right. That's enough of the Temple, though. All right. So I got one more bet. I know you got a couple more bets to keep this thing moving here. So your next game is
2
I
p.m.
think I was looking at this game. Because we believe, or we did believe, and now we don't believe no more. I wore my prime glasses once. Arizona versus Colorado. Colorado is favorite Arizona's favorite -10, totals 55, -375 on the money line. Man, I already know where you're going here. Obviously you sent me, but when I saw this game, I already know. Because you're gonna be eating that sizzler soon if once you win your side bet.
Mhm.
Talk to him, man. What side you taking on this Arizona side? But we already know, man. You don't believe. I don't. Nobody believes anymore.
I believe in
Yeah,
green. I believe in
Dion
green.
asking his offensive lineman, do they believe?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm not on the side here. I actually took Colorado. Remember last week I took Colorado. I teased them up, and they covered
Yep.
that tease for me. So thank you, Colorado, for not getting your ass kicked, and I appreciate it. Um, but
It's a
here
bad spot for him.
I'm just gonna follow the tougher team, the team that's been playing. It seems like they've been playing for something.
Playing
That's
well.
Arizona. We've been
Yeah.
following Arizona for the past few weeks on this podcast, and been cashing out on them just like we've been cashing out with Louisville. Um, it seems like the lines are finally adjusting to the way Arizona's been playing. They're now ranked 21, 6-3, they started off slow and now having a successful season, a bowl eligible season. I just like Arizona's team total. Just go to Arizona's team total, and we're going to hit that
Yep.
over. It's a
So you
very
got to
simple
pick.
play.
Remember, you got to
Ah,
pick
so
with
what's
them.
it looking like? So we're looking at plus 100 at 31, 30, 30 and a half.
Yes, 31 and a half. 30 and a half is minus 166. 31 is minus 130. 32 and a half is minus 125. Let me do this for you. Let me zoom in just a little bit more so you can see that. There you go. Unless you got to
Yeah.
put your old man specs on.
So what I'll do here, do we have any
So
weather? I want to look at the weather. I know they are in Colorado. It's getting a little cold. Hopefully no snow will be popping down. So this will be one of those um, plays that I'll be, waiting all the way till Saturday to make sure there's no inclement weather that's gonna mess this play up. But I would go over 30 and a half. I would take the even number. I like Arizona to put up points here. Um, I think over the past few weeks, they've played tougher defenses. They put up 27 against UCLA's defense. That's a tough task. You think they're not going to put
mhm,
up 30 against Colorado? I think they will.
50 degrees.
They put up beautiful weather. They put up
Yep.
27 against Oregon State's defense, which is pretty tough. And then smashed Washington State with 44. Put up 43 against USC, who everybody's been putting up, and they put up 24 points against Washington's defense. So I like Colorado because I think Colorado's defense is leaky, although they've shown a lot over the past few weeks, holding teams under 30, which Oregon State under 30 and UCLA under 30, but barely. I just think Arizona is just a little more crafty offensively. I think they'll be able to spread Colorado on the ball, and I'll take over 30 and a half. I think they get 34 at least. And this is more of a shootout, I think. I think Colorado will be able to score too. So I think the game and the up tempo will be pushing this game on the over. So give me Arizona over 30.
Is this a trap game?
A trap
Yeah.
for who? Arizona?
What you mean for who? If it's a trap, the dog got to win, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm so surprised with the take you were taking. No. Why would what has Arizona? What has Colorado shown you that Arizona's not doing this over the past 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, I think just because everybody was, built into it, and now, like you said, the teams and the lines have adjusted, and I wonder if the bettors have gotten smarter. To saying like, um, I'm just playing devil advocates. I
Right.
like Arizona, I like your take, but I'm just saying, um, is this a spot where you can find Colorado, where everything's looking down, you know, he's calling for his team to show up. I think the matchups is really bad from just an offensive versus defensive perspective.
Hmm.
Um, it's just Colorado can't run the ball.
Can't. And they
They just
won't,
can't,
but they
and
don't
they
even try
won't.
to.
Yeah, like they just literally can't run the ball. But they're at least a like mid team, I guess, maybe a little bit below that. And I'm just wondering if is this a good spot here for Colorado to, make it like a close game.
Look at
Like
my
I'm not
face.
saying I don't
Look at
think
my
they're gonna
face.
win, but make
Mm.
it a close game.
No, I like -10. I just think the momentum is on Arizona. I think this is a big game for them to go into Colorado. All the hype that was around Prime, although that simmered down a little bit, but I think it's
Hmm.
still exciting to go into Colorado with all that hype as a player, right? To kind of put your stamp on who you are as an Arizona team. Listen, Arizona is now coming off 3 straight games against three ranked opponents.
Yeah.
right? Now bowl eligible since 2017. So I think the momentum is on their side.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's just going to be tough for a team that's on the opposite end of that, trying to figure out who they are and how they can just squeak out a win here and there. I just think the season's over. I had Colorado already preseason under 5 wins. That's going to cash out. I had other side bets. All those believers were saying they were going to win more than 6 games. No, they're not. And I'll be getting paid this Saturday as their last chance to cover that 6 ends on Saturday. So I have money, steak dinners. I did support because I bought his glasses because I do support Dion. But
Yeah.
besides that, I'm gonna use the money that I'm gonna win off him. And I gave it back. I gave it back to Dion. I took my winnings, I gave it back and bought your glasses. That's as far as it go. But I'm gonna eat my steak with my prime glasses on. That's
Mm.
what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we need a picture of that.
I
We gonna
can't
need a
wait.
picture of that.
You definitely
We
gonna get a
gonna need
picture of my prime glasses with my
Mhm.
steak dinner on under 6 wins. So
That's funny.
give me Arizona. And you got me hyped. I'm about to just take Arizona on a full game. You know what I'm saying? But no,
So
I'm going team total over.
I did look at another book. They have the Arizona team total at 33.5 is what the
Yeah, so give me a
official.
30. We got a 30 at plus money, right?
Nah, other side. That's under 30.
Oh, okay.
So
I was looking at
yeah, yeah,
under.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So the other side. So the 31 or 32 would probably be the bet that's lower. The 30.5 is minus 166. So what should be
yeah,
paying
so I
some
wouldn't go
juice.
31 because that doesn't do anything.
32 makes sense because the line's on right under the 33, which I would think is a key
Yeah.
number. It don't make
But
31 don't really make any sense. 30, I mean like 30, 32 might, but um
yeah, I'll go over
yeah.
33. I think it's gonna be 34 anyway. So I will either
Okay.
go 31.5 or 33.5. I think they get 34 at least. At least.
At least. Okay. All right. But, all right. So this joint all crazy zoomed in. All right. Let's take a second just to thank everybody real quick, just for chiming in and look and listen to us motherfuckers talk about this shit, man. Um, when you look around the spectrum of sports bettors, you got people in suits, you got people zooming in and doing this, like we're going cash. You got your whale bettors, you got your get back bettors, you got your bettors who, do all kinds of shit. But the one thing you're gonna know about us is that we're consistent. We're consistent in how we approach it. We're consistent in how we drop the plays, and we're consistent in how we cash week in and week out. It might not be these money, you know, parlays that can cash out 50, 10,000, stuff like that. But brick by brick, we're gonna build this shit up, man. So thank you for everybody who watches this. Not gonna give you the whole spiel. Hit the like, subscribe, notification. I just thank you for just watching and supporting the brand and supporting what we do here. Which is kind of really just giving back and helping people understand, especially in our community, how to bet and how to bet responsibly and do it in a way where you can make some money on the side. It ain't gonna be like this every year, but at least we're on the up and up, and we're proving that collectively that we can win as a team and win as a group. So again, thank you.
Salute is a sign of respect.
All right,
Absolutely.
let's get back to the bets. Let's give me this bet, man. Let's get this money. I need a bag, man. I told you the tax man and come and knocked on my motherfucking door, acting like a nut. But I think you called this team out, and you've been watching this team, and you've been following this team, and that's James Madison. Now, unfortunately, with James Madison, they are. I just read they just put in another request to be bowl eligible. They are undefeated at the moment. I think are they the last undefeated team?
What do you mean the
I'm not
last?
sure. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of
Yeah,
undefeated teams.
Michigan. Yeah, it's a bunch of undefeated teams. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking NFL for some reason. But going back to this James Madison team going against a terrible UConn team, 1-8 UConn team. James Madison is undefeated here. I thought about maybe this could be a little trappy here, right? Makes a lot of sense, but I like the first half in here. I like that, even though we get that hook with 14.5. James Madison, if you look at the numbers here, and you look when they've played bad teams, they have smashed bad teams straight up, took them back, and went to work on them. Went to work on them. You know what I mean? So look, Georgia State, they just played, smashed them 42-14. Georgia Southern smashed them 41-13. Bucknell obviously don't really count as much. But in these spots at home, they have, beaten teams bad. And they've beaten teams bad straight out the gate. Even South Alabama at home, they were up 24-7 in that game. So the last 3 games at home, they've covered this number and covered this spread pretty easily, each in the last 3 games. So against a bad UConn team, really bad, 1-8. They got their one win at it was a couple weeks ago. Let me look it up. Against Rice, that's who it was. But other than that, they got smoked by Tennessee, and now UConn has got to go on the road again to see another team like this. Yeah, give me James Madison first half minus 14.5. I'm throwing 2 units on that one as well. I like that play a lot.
Yeah, James Madison's tough, man. That's a very, very tough team. They've been like that for years now. This is not nothing new. They've been kicking ass since for a long time. They moved up to the next level and still doing the same thing. So shout out to James Madison. I do like your play though. 14.5 is there. You get a little scared about that half of
I hope. Yep.
that hook, but I think they can definitely cover that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, James Madison is the number 1 rush team, defensive rush defense in the nation. So they're only giving up 60 yards. So they make you one-dimensional.
Well, behind
Then
Penn State.
is it behind Penn State? I thought James Madison was 1, bro.
I think Penn State number 1.
Nah, I got James Madison as 1, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. Better check them numbers, dog. Better hit that Google search.
I think Penn State is 58 yards a game.
Better hit that Google search. Nah, bro. I know what I'm talking about. And if I'm wrong, just go with it because it sounds good. But give me James Madison minus 14.5 on the first half. Like I said, I can seeing this being 24-6, or you know what I mean. They go for 2 just to keep it up. Keep it close. UConn's gonna have to pull out all the stops on this one. So give me James Madison. Give me the Dukes.
Here it
First
is,
half.
brother. Listen to this.
What's
Penn
up?
State ranked number 2 defense in yards, number 1 defense in yards per play, number 1 in rush yards with 58.8 yards per game, number 15 in rush attempts. So people are only rushing the ball 30 times, I guess. That's ranked 15th. And yards per rush, they're number 1 with only
Diddy, I don't want to hear no more. No, stop.
1.9 yard. This is just surprising to me. 1.9 yards per rush, bro.
Are you so you're gonna take Penn State versus Michigan now?
Ooh, I mean that's listen. That's a hell of a.
That sound like a no.
That's a hell of a stat. I might have to go to player props and hit the under what's that what's it Chrome unders.
Yeah, is it what's it?
Let's look at that.
What's light skin buddy name? What's light skin buddy name? What's his name?
That's interesting.
Blake Corum. Yeah, but this ain't nothing new for him. He's seen tough defenses before. Was he like a 7-year senior?
Not this year.
These cats out here. Yeah, that is true. Not this year, but I mean, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm saying just in general. Like he's been around the block a little bit. He's seen tough defenses before. Ain't like the first time they're gonna see this Penn State team. You know what I mean? They seen Penn State last year too. It wasn't like a lot of players went from Penn State, on that defensive side. in the league. So, all right, I think you got one more, and then I think we off to the teasers, and we get
Mhm.
everybody out of here, man. Going about your day. Make sure you put these bets in. And I think I was looking at this game too, man. This is a big game. Tennessee, Mizzou.
Mhm.
Tennessee short line, man. This is a Missouri line all over it. Tennessee -1.5. Total is 58.5. Yo, man, I like the Missouri. I like Missouri here straight. Just give me Missouri and call it the day. What you got
Yeah,
on
as
this
you can
one?
see the trend, as you see the trend of my picks this week is all the teams that I've been following that have been kind of under the radar. That's Louisville, that's Kansas, and that's Missouri. Those are the three teams I've been tailing all season, and I just think Missouri at home are
Hmm.
is just tough to play. Tennessee is not the Tennessee that we've seen over the past 2 years, right? If this was that Tennessee team, then okay, right? But I just think Missouri has something in in on this team for 2023. Um, and they fought. They fought Georgia tough last week. That was a tough loss going to Georgia. We all knew
Yeah,
that
it
was going to be
was.
tough, but that line was set at 15, which was disrespectful to that Missouri team, and they covered. Um,
Hmm.
but I think they're going back home. They're going to lick their wounds, and they got a Tennessee team that seems to be confident coming in here at 7-2. But I think Missouri, this is kind of like their Super Bowl here. I think they win this game, they're going to get a nice, really nice bowl to end this season. Um, so I think the opportunity is ahead of Missouri. I think at
Hmm.
home, the home field will be an opportunity for them to have a lot of pride coming in. And so for me, I'm just going to take this short line. I'm going to take Missouri money line here. Um,
Mm.
so I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this last stat. Just want to confirm one more thing.
You said, give me the line. Give me the
Yep,
money
give me the
line.
money line. Yep, here we go. Just give me the money line.
Minus
Um,
102. Mm,
yep, give me Missouri money line at home. I think they get the
I
win
like it.
here. I
I
think
think I might
Tennessee
have to
comes
fill that.
into this team with too much confidence and not realizing this is not the Missouri of last. And I think they're going to get punched in the mouth. The line is telling me
Mm.
that too.
Yeah, it's a Missouri. I said that as soon as I saw it, it's a Missouri line. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's definitely a Missouri line. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. The teaser god himself. You got a host of them. You've been on the same flow week in and week out. Two teams, three teamer, and a four teamer. Go ahead, run it.
Yeah, we'll keep it simple. Um, we're going to start with our two-team teaser, 7 points. I think you can go either way on this game, but I'm going to lean to the Michigan side. Michigan is
You gonna lean
-5 right
where?
now.
Who?
To the
Who?
Michigan side,
Oh, okay. Just making sure I heard you
we're
right.
going to
About to
tease 7 point
ask.
teaser. Michigan, get them over to 2+2.
All
That's pretty
that
much to
noise.
win at Penn State. But I think you can also go Penn State up too. I think it's going to be a close game. Like I said, I think it's going to be tight. We've talked about the Michigan Penn State game. Don't need to go too much into it, but I'm going to take Michigan on a teaser to +2. I believe if you see +2, let me know. And then we're going to go to 3:30 Utah at Washington. I'm going to follow the momentum of Washington to have a perfect season. They're -9.5 at home. Utah has to travel. We're going to take Washington at home -2.5. I just think it's too much offense for Utah. I think Utah can stick in there for a little bit, probably the first half. I think Washington pulls away. So I like them to cover the 2.5 versus the 9.5, just in case it's a close game. So that's my two-team teaser. We're going to take Washington to 2.5 and Michigan to +2.
Okay.
Next, we're going to go to a totals teaser. This is a three-team totals, which is 10 points. Like you said, it's the same format, same model I always run. We're going to go Michigan, Penn State. Um, their line is at 45.5. We're going to take it up to 55.5 and we're going to go under. Like I said, I think we both think it's going to be a tight game. I don't see this. I don't see no team scoring more than 24 points. And if they do score more than 24 points, it's going to end up being a blowout, and I think it'll be lopsided. Kind of like what you said. You think Penn State's going to have a tough time to score. If it gets over somehow, I think it'll be more lopsided than anything. So I think it still hits the under. We're going to go Texas Tech to Kansas. We spoke about that also. Line is set at 61.5. We're going to bring it down to 51.5. We're going to go over. Kansas can score the ball. Texas Tech can score the ball. I have more confidence that this game will be pushed above the total. So just in case, I want to take it down to 51.5, and we're going to go over that. Northwestern, Wisconsin. Two teams always play tight games. We know Northwestern is not a good team, but they've been fighting over these past 2 weeks, believe it or not, which is pretty surprising. I think they're going to go to Wisconsin. I can't see this game being a high scoring game whatsoever. The line is set at 42.5. We're going to take it up to 52.5 and go under 52. So that's the Penn State, Michigan under 55.5, Texas Tech, Kansas over 51.5, and Northwestern, Wisconsin under 52.5 for a 3-team 10-point teaser. Next teaser is a 3-team teaser. We're going to take Bama. Line is set at
I think this
10.5.
might be your best teamer.
Yeah. We got Bama, who's hot right now, who's found the
Super.
rhythm.
Yep.
You know, they steered the ship since that Texas team was some ups and downs when they went to South Florida with the quarterback position. They had to bench their starting quarterback. He got right back and he got his get right, and now they've been rolling ever since. Bama's minus 10.5 at Kentucky. Just think the better team here is Bama. We're going to take them 10 points down, get them to minus a half, so pretty much to win. Yeah, it is a away game. Yeah, Kentucky is a tricky team playing Kentucky sometimes. They always give you one of those tough, tight, or possibly upset type of games. Looking at their
They don't win the
calendars
game though.
so far, I don't think they've had that yet. Surprisingly, this is a early game for Alabama. They usually don't play a 12 o'clock game unless they're playing some bums. So this is a little strange having a 12 o'clock against Kentucky. But historically, they've played Kentucky and beat their ass over the past X amount of years. So this line being short at 10.5, I love that for Alabama. Um, Kentucky, they struggled against Tennessee, they struggled against Missouri, they struggled against Georgia. I think they'll get right back on track and struggle against Alabama. So give me Alabama to a pick. We're going to go right back to the Arizona game in Colorado. We've talked about it. I'll be cashing out my money on Saturday. So we're going to take Arizona to win the game. Same line, 10.5, take it down to minus a half, and that'll be pretty much to win the game. Arizona at Colorado. Then we're going to go Texas minus 10, going to TCU. This is a big game for Texas. They cannot have any slip ups. I know Ewer might be out this game here, their starting quarterback, but Texas backup has come in and handled business and kind of showed them that there's not going to be no hiccups with him at quarterback. So I like Texas to win here at TCU. That'll be my 3-team teaser, pretty much all to win. That's Bama, Arizona, and Texas. What you could do and what I will do instead of paying a juice, and give me 1 second, I'll do it right now. Instead of paying a juice for the teaser, let me see what it would be for a parlay,
A money line parlay.
a money line parlay. You want to look at that while I run down another game, or?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll put it together.
So let's see what the difference is. I think the teaser would be minus 120 or minus 130 for the 3-team teaser. Let's see what the parlay will be with those money line parlays. The last teaser I have is a 4-team 13-point teaser. We're going to take Penn State up to 18 points. Like I said, we both think it's going to be close games. I'm going to get it on both sides. I have them in teaser for Michigan to win, but we're going to take Penn State to 18 points. I don't think there'll be a blowout. I think Penn State can cover 18 at home.
I think you're right. The
should.
parlay is a better bet.
Yep. So instead of doing that a teaser, let's make that a money line parlay.
Parlay. Yeah, I like that. Minus 101 is on parlay.
Yep. So it's even money. Perfect.
Yeah, even money. Yep. Great pick.
And then we're going to go Penn State for 13 points to 18. We're going to go down to Miami at FSU minus 14. We're going to bring that down to 1. FSU wins at home. Big game there at midday at 3:30. Miami going to Florida State. I think this will be a tight game early, but I think Florida State's the better team. Defensively, offensively, this is a big game for Travis, the quarterback for FSU. So I think he'll be able to sneak this one out. I think the 14 is a little too much for this type of ball game, but give me FSU to win. We're going to take Ole Miss going to Georgia plus 23.5. The line is set at 10.5, or Ole Miss plus 10.5. I'm going to take it up to 23.5. I think it's going to be very similar to the Missouri game. Would Georgia probably win this game? Absolutely. Will it be maybe a 10-point win? I think that is at max because Ole Miss can score the ball and keep up with everybody. I think they'll be able to keep up with Georgia. So we're going to take them to 23.5 for insurance. And then we're going to go Oregon, USC, Oregon. Oregon minus 15. We're going to bring them down to 2. And we're going to take Oregon to win. Oregon is a hot team right now, most likely the better team next to Washington in the Pac-12 and their final in the Pac-12's final year, which has been a good one for the Pac-12. Unfortunately, they have collapsed. But I just think USC just does not have it. Caleb Williams has given all he has. Unfortunately, that defense can't stand up to nothing. Me and you,
Yeah.
Nate, can go out there and score right off this chair right
My
now.
name's Nate, by the way. But
What'd I say?
you said Nick.
I said Nate.
What's up?
My
No,
bad.
no,
I'm about to say Nate.
motherfucker, Nate.
Made a mistake.
You said Nick.
So and I think with Caleb Williams jumping in that crowd and holding his mommy and wanting to hold his dad and crying and
Why
stuff.
you say mommy?
I just think this shit is over. I
It
think
don't
he
got
ready to
nothing to do
pack
with
it
his
in.
fingernails being painted. You
That's
say
on
he
top
gonna
of that. Now I understand it. I mean, I can get it now. Listen, everybody. Never, you know what? This is a sports podcast. We're not gonna get political, but we're gonna say I never seen a kid jump into the stands and cry in their mommy's shoulders while their nails are painted. So yeah, we're gonna take Oregon here, and that'll be Penn State plus 18 at Florida State -1, Ole Miss plus 23.5, and Oregon -2. I love this play here. This will be a multi-unit play. That parlay instead of the
I
teaser,
really
that'll be
like
a
the parlay.
multi-unit play. They both be
Yeah,
2 units or more. The 1 unit will be on the teaser for the team total, and my 2-team teaser will be a 1-unit play also.
yeah. I like the parlay. I think the parlay makes a lot of sense. So it's funny because I'm kind of on the same bets for my teaser, but with the parlay in there, I think I might switch it up just a little bit with the number. But I had Arizona. This is just a 3-team 10-point teaser. I had Arizona, I had Bama, and I had Michigan.
Okay.
As a 3-team teaser, I was getting the plus points here, -120 on the line. I was getting, everybody to win, but Michigan +6.
Okay.
Just to protect Michigan, just in case. Penn State becomes, I don't know, whatever. But I still like that play, and I still think that's a solid play. But what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a quick money line parlay here. Give me Michigan. I'm going to squint to kind of see if we can get a little bit of more value out of the parlay. I like Missouri as well at -102. And then this is a new bet. This is an added bet that I'm just putting together just because I'm seeing the parlay and some of the short lines
Hmm.
here. Um, Give me I like man. I really like North Carolina too.
Yeah, I looked at that,
Um,
but I just can't get behind them no more. I think they've kind of peaked and they're on the other end of that. Unfortunately for me,
yeah,
I know Duke has struggled and they should beat Duke because of the quarterback situation. I
yeah,
agree.
that's
I
what I
think
was
money
thinking
line they
about.
should win. And that's what you'll get. Just North Carolina over these past 2 weeks has kind of been like so disappointing because they had a lot of big opportunity. And salute to one
But
of
I
my
like
teammates
this.
actually is on the coaching staff for North Carolina. My
Oh,
old
nice.
college football teammate, he actually coaches there. So salute to
That's
North
dope.
Carolina. Yeah.
So I'm just adding a quick 3-team parlay, all money line parlay. Getting a little plus money here, right? +2.5 on the
Yeah.
money. Give me Missouri to win, Michigan to win, and Oregon. All money line parlay. +2.5.
Nice.
Which is a nice bet. I guess the sweat, if you want to call it a sweat, is maybe the Missouri. It's probably the Missouri game with the
Yeah.
short line. You need Missouri to win, obviously. So, but look at that. That thing just dipped crazy. Um, Almost 2 to 1 now. I mean,
Who did?
almost 2 to 1.
Michigan. Uh-oh.
Michigan. Yeah, Michigan money, a little bit of money line coming on Michigan. I swear, man, every time we do these pods, man, there's always a line movement when we do it.
Because they
You
hitting
know,
it while we talking. They taking our
man,
shit. They
come on, man.
smash.
I mean,
They
it'd be
moving the
nice
ball.
to think that shit, but they ain't paying us
Listen,
no
we
motherfucking mind.
the money pot podcast, baby.
Yeah,
That's what we
man,
do.
like, look at these brothers. They ain't making nobody no money out for big money. We ain't
This
worried
hat
about
fire
them.
though. What about the merch? Can our fans get our merch? Because this hat is so fire, bro. Look at that hat.
Yeah, the merch. So what's coming now? So well, let's first of all, before we get all that, make sure you guys got all the bets. If not, the plays will be posted. You can go back and post it. So I mean, you can go back and check it out. Looking at the merch coming up, website is going to come. Right, we're gonna have the website coming up soon. We're gonna have the merch on there. We got hats, we got shirts. Looking at actually doing some VIP stuff as well for some of our VIP folks who want to get plays a little bit maybe earlier and don't want to wait a day, right? So we'll drop, we'll have the pod and everything going, but I said a couple pods ago, when you get good at something, you do it as long and then you don't do it for free anymore, and that's where we're heading. You know what I mean? Because we're just progressing and that's the way the show goes. So get this shit while it's hot now. I mean, it ain't gonna be. I'm not trying to kill nobody's pockets or nothing like that. But yeah, get this shit while it's free now, and get on the train while it's free now, because like I said, sooner or later, it's gonna cost to go on the toll. It's gonna go. It's gonna cost to go around the world again in the money train. So make sure you jump on now. Make sure you hit the notification, like, subscribe, all that good stuff on all social media platforms, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. We drop free bets still, though. Don't matter. Some bets are just dropping free. Basketball is coming. I know a couple people asked me like, how y'all doing in NBA? Right now, for me, I'm watching. Right, I'm just watching NBA. I'm trying to get a sense of how these teams are, how these teams play. Even tonight with the Sixers and the Celtics, I think it's a good spot for the Celtics. Sixers have a lot of momentum right now, but it's a short line. We never do well against the Celtics. We never do well at home against the Celtics. And the Celtics are a really good team. And we look like we're a deep team. I'm not sure if we're a good team because we really haven't played anybody yet. You know what I mean? We played well with the Bucks, but the Bucks don't look like shit right now. You know
Right.
what I mean? So NBA's coming. That's gonna be with the homie Renzo and probably Diddy might jump in there here and there, but NBA's coming. So for those who are looking for that NBA game, them NBA bets, don't worry, we're putting it together. It's just gotta wait a little bit. We gotta figure that out. We got so much football still going on. I don't want to burn the pockets with bets or spread out so much. Football's coming to an end, and then we'll start picking up on basketball as we get going. So make sure y'all tune in. I think that's it for the show, man. We got a lot of good bets out there, a lot of good plays. Again, thank you for just believing in us, watching, subscribing, telling a friend to tell a friend. We're gonna keep this thing moving. So for the homie, myself, for the homie BDiddy, for myself, Moss Money. This is Money Pop Podcast. This is Money Pop Betting. Happy hunting and good luck.
Yes, sir.
If you're seeing this video right now, that means you made it to the end. So congratulations. You are now almost officially part of the money team.
MoneyPot.
How do you become a part of the money team? If you're new to the channel, you have to hit the subscribe button. We want to blow this brand up. It's not me versus you or us versus them. It's us versus the sports book, us versus the bookman, aka the boogeyman. So make sure you're on the winning side and the winning team. I got bonus content up here for you guys to choose from. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pot. This is Money Pot Betting.